Hey gang, Scott here with the next installment of my free video lesson series, Building Your Solo from the Ground Up. We've already covered a lot of ground. Soloing is a huge topic. You can't possibly do anything but scratch the surface in a series like this. But so far we've talked about some tools, the minor and the major pentatonic scale, the blues scales that are derived from them by adding the flatted fifth to the minor pentatonic and the flatted third or the minor third to the major pentatonic. And we've talked about some concepts, the concept of repetition and the concept that less is more. And today we're going to talk about another concept, and with the interest of creating coherent melodic phrases and a way of organizing our musical ideas and taking our soloing away from just using the scale to come up with riffs or ideas that are unconnected. This is a way of kind of keeping things connected. And the underlying approach to my philosophy of soloing is that soloing is like public speaking. You should have something to say, and you should say it well. And saying it well really just means making it memorable and making it engaging. And I think thinking about, we've compared soloing to a great speech like Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream to underline the importance of something like repetition and how powerful a tool that can be, or concept that can be, to getting your point across. The question and answer concept is a little bit more everyday. But if you think about the way that you ask a question, well, how do you ask a question? When you ask a question, your voice inflection is ascending. And how do you answer a question? Well, usually your inflection is going back down. So we'll just apply that to our soloing. A question will be an ascending melodic phrase or motif, and a answer will be a descending melodic idea or motif. Another way of applying the concept of less and more is to, again, if we look at the 12-bar blues in four-bar sections, we have three of them. We have the first the first four measures, the second four measures, and the last four measures. And I think that's a really great way to kind of keep things organized. It helps you memorize the harmonic structure, and it kind of gives you that strong foundation to be creating melodic ideas over. And what I like to do is questions and answers are usually one or two measure melodic phrases or motifs. I like to start off with just one measure for my question and answer, and I'll do that question in the first measure of each four-bar section. And then I'll have a pause in the second measure, answer the question in the third measure, and then pause again in the fourth. And that pause is giving the information a chance to kind of sink in with either your audience or your bandmates, or hopefully both. And again, it's a way of keeping it engaging and memorable. A lot of times you see soloists just come out of the gate with a billion notes a second, and it's after one chorus you've lost interest, because all it is this disconnected series or onslaught of notes. What you want to do is kind of give your phrasing some breathing room, just like you do when you're speaking. And so this is, as an exercise, the one measure of playing, one measure of rest, one measure of playing, one measure of rest is a way of kind of getting control of that. So I'll come up with just a simple melodic question. There's one right there. That's a question, one measure. And then I'll have one measure of answer ready. Oh, I like that one. So here's my question. There's my answer. Now, one thing I can do is repeat the question and answer 3 times as I go through each 4-bar sequence, or repeat it once in each 4-bar section. That might be a great way to get the point across. And then I can start experimenting with that. I could ask the same question in each 4-bar sequence, but give a different answer in the third measure of each 4-bar section. I could ask different questions in the first measure and then give the same answer in the third measure, and so on and so forth. So I'll just go ahead and demonstrate that a little bit. Question, answer. Question, real straight. Little variation in the answer. Same question, different answer. Same question, different answer again. Here's my question. Answer, different question. Same answer. Different question. Same answer. Now, another thing I can do is I can ask question and answer in the first two sections, the first two 4-bar sections, and then I can do what's called a statement in the last section. And the statement is usually 3 measures long. You can make it 4 measures long, but again, in the idea with the idea of phrasing, giving some breathing room and some time to sink in, I'm going to use a 3-bar statement. Statements can be ascending or descending. It doesn't matter. Here's my question. Here's my answer. I'll ask the same question. Different answer. Now statement. Question. Here's an answer. Different question. Different answer. So there's just a couple of brief examples of applying that concept. Again, there's lots of other things that you can do with that very simple concept. But there's some ideas to get you started. If you want, you can try 2-measure questions and answers and 4-measure statements. Find what works for you. You can start throwing in some ideas with a major blues scale. We just use the minor blues scale in that particular example. I was using the same practice track that we used last time when we were discussing the major blues and the major pentatonic scale, so you can go back to that lesson to grab the practice track to play along with. And I hope that that helps with getting your soloing built from the ground up. Again, I'm Scott from scottperrymusician.com. Always appreciate your comments. Please say something down below. I would love to get some input for what people would like to see in the next free lesson series, and if there's things I can do to improve the lessons, I'm always interested in hearing that as well. So thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll check you out next time.